Pook asks, is it worth getting a used HDZero Sharkbyte VRX for my HD3s if I already have analog? It would just be for 1 or 2 drones, one whoop, one 3.5 inch. The VRX is around $100. I think that's okay. Like, clearly you want to dip your toes into that HDZero water, and that's not a bad way to do it. You're not going to get the lowest possible latency because the HDMI input on the HD3s is going to have a higher latency than if you had a native HDZero goggle. And in a way, you're going to be missing out, right? You're going to be missing out. It'd be like if you went to like this ultra high-end steakhouse with world-renowned steak, and then you ordered the chicken because you thought the chicken looked good. It's like, okay, well, maybe it was good chicken, but like, why did you go there if you didn't want to try the steak? See what I mean? The whole point of HDZero, it's not that it has great resolution. It has worse resolution than DJI and Walksnail, better resolution than analog, we'll give it that. It's not that it has amazing range and penetration. A lot of people who fly HDZero really have to work to get that I flew behind a tree and then my signal got snowy situation resolved. I'm exaggerating a little, but I'm not like pulling that out of my butt. That's a real thing. I've seen people post about that. What makes HDZero so exceptional is the ultra low latency. And I got to tell you, you can see the video I made. The very first time I tried HDZero's 90 FPS mode, which gets latency down to something like 4 milliseconds, I thought, man, there's no way I'm gonna even notice this. And then instantly I was like, holy cow, I could not believe what a difference it made for me. Even a guy like me who doesn't have the best reaction time and doesn't have, like, I'm not like a world-class pilot, I felt more confident. Do a power loop, and then as you come over the top of the really tight power loop, you flip over and you have barely enough time to see the gap and whoosh. And whereas with DJI, I would have like popped way up in the air and flipped over so I had time to look and line up the gap. With HDZero, I was just like, boom, 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 hitting the gap. I felt so like a better pilot. I did. And ultimately, that was not enough to make up for the other deficits of HDZero to make me, like, I had a moment where I was like, am I going to switch to HDZero as my daily driver? This is really good. But then I flew behind a building and snow or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I remember. Then I flew DJI and got 1080p 100 FPS and was like, oh, it's so good. And then I didn't switch to HDZero. But like, so where I'm going with this is, I got a little reminiscy. If you're going to try HDZero and you're not getting the lowest possible latency, you're kind of missing the point. Like, not entirely. The latency will still be, like, okay, but you're kind of, like, not getting what makes it so good. And you're getting all the things that make it not as good. So, like, you could try it, but know that you're missing something. So, that's what I would say.